It is deja vu all over again in the nation's capital. A budget battle is looming, with House Republicans possibly forcing a government shutdown in an effort to put Obamacare out of business. Ebru's Kyle Schmoyer joins us live now from Washington, D.C. with all of the latest on the political maneuvering. Kyle.
Well, Logan, a big week up in New York as the United Nations convenes. A maybe even bigger week for Americans as Congress looks at the possibility of shutting down the government, at least proportionally, come next week on Tuesday. In the meantime, there is a lot of debate going on. The war of words is heating up between Republicans and Democrats, and even between Republicans themselves. When House Republicans passed a continuing resolution on the budget last Friday, they did so while also defunding the Affordable Care Act, or Obamacare as they call it. Then they sent the bill to the Democrat-controlled Senate, where Majority Leader Harry Reid called the legislation dead on arrival. Reid said today the Senate will act on a stopgap spending measure this week, quote, as quickly as Tea Party Republicans will allow. He also went on to say, quote, radicals and extremists are threatening a government shutdown. That's because both the House and Senate must pass a bill President Obama will sign to keep the government running by midnight on October 1st. But many House Republicans are vowing to fight till the end to get rid of Obamacare, and their Senate counterparts are now caught in the middle of this.
This bill sucks.
Sorry?
It bill sucks. It really does, and it's really an albatross around our Democratic friends, and they will slowly but surely, if we don't screw this thing up, come to us, because they can't. It's more than they can carry in the election cycle of 2014 and 2016.
Do you think the pressure will be that great?
Yes. Obamacare is going over like a lead balloon in the economy, and the only way we can screw this up is to make it about us.
While a game of political ping-pong back and forth from the Senate to the House is setting up this week, at least one unlikely senator is kind of calling for a meeting of the minds.
Defunding Obamacare is where we should start. That's what we're for. That's what the people who voted us are for. But the thing is, we may not get everything we want, so I acknowledge that. President wants 100% of Obamacare. We want 0. Maybe we make it less bad through a compromise.
The GOP may be well suited to find some middle ground. An opinion poll out from Pew Research finds if the government shuts down next week, 39% of Americans will blame Republicans in Congress, 36% will blame President Obama, and 17% will blame both. And let me bring you up to some late-day drama unfolding here on Capitol Hill today. What we were learning is that Senator Cruz, Ted Cruz from Texas, basically wanted to hold up the legislation coming to the floor of the Senate to take a vote. While he supports what the House did 100%, he basically was trying to force the Democrats' hand to get the 60 votes to beat a filibuster. Well, late today we heard from the top Republican in the Senate, Senator Mitch McConnell, the minority leader, basically is saying that he's not going to support that he actually is saying let the bill, which he also supports, come to the floor of the Senate and take a vote on that. Now, that, in essence, is going to allow the Democrats, which hold the majority in the Senate, to get into that legislation and put funding for the Affordable Care Act, what many Republicans call Obamacare, back into the bill and send it back to the House for them to tackle all over again. We heard late this afternoon from Majority Leader Senator Harry Reid that he is going to take a test vote on this come Wednesday morning. Logan?
All right, Kyle Schmoyer reporting live tonight from the nation's capital. Thank you so much for your time.